It's time for Recipe of the Day. Happy Friday, we made it, and I have a fabulous recipe that can work as either an appetizer or a fun and delicious dinner entree. This is those classic barbecue meatballs. The recipe calls for 2 pounds of fully cooked meatballs. That's 32 ounces. You can use store-bought fully cooked frozen meatballs. It's always handy to have a bag of those in the freezer to make a quick dinner, you know. Or you can use homemade meatballs that you have cooked and frozen or that you just cooked and are ready to use. Another thing that I really do like to do, and this is a recipe on the Cookful, although I hesitate to call it a recipe, is to make meatballs using Italian sausage meat. So you can either buy uncooked Italian sausage links or those packages of just the Italian sausage meat that has been ground up like ground beef is, but it's the sausage meat. And you can do mild or the hot, whichever you want. And then if you have the package of the ground meat that isn't in sausage links, you just pick up little chunks of that, roll it into balls, and you've got meatballs to quickly fry up. If you have the links, what I like to do is to take a pair of scissors, like clean kitchen shears, and cut all along the casing of the sausage so that you're then splitting that casing open and you just have the meat inside, and then you just pluck out some meatballs from there. You get like 4, maybe 5 from each sausage link, and then you just cook them in a frying pan till they're cooked through, or in the air fryer, or bake them. But you just get these little Italian flavored pork meatballs very, very quickly. So you can do that. Crucially, whatever kind of cooked meatball you have, you're going to cook them in this delicious sauce. And I will say that it works best if your frozen cooked meatballs have been thawed, but you can actually put the frozen meatballs right in there as well. It's going to work as long as they are kind of separated and aren't frozen together in a big clump. Okay, so to a large skillet, you are adding a 1/2 cup of ketchup, a 1/3 cup of apple cider vinegar, a 1/4 cup of light brown sugar that's packed into the 1/4 cup measure. I'll just say though, if you like your barbecue meatballs a little sweeter, you can up that to a full 1/2 cup, or just wait now and add more later. And then you're also adding a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce, a teaspoon of smoked paprika, a teaspoon of salt, and a teaspoon of pepper. So that's in a skillet over medium-high heat, and you're just going to stir that until it comes up to a boil. Then you're going to add in your 2 pounds of fully cooked meatballs, and you're going to stir that until it comes back up to a gentle boil. Then reduce the heat down to low, and you're just simmering it uncovered, stirring it occasionally until the meatballs are cooked through. If those were meatballs that you had just cooked and they were still warm, then they're only going in that sauce for a few minutes, like 5 minutes, just to get kind of coated and warmed right through. If they are from the fridge cold meatballs that are fully cooked, but you took them out of the freezer yesterday or something like that, then they're like 10 to 15 minutes stirring and cooking in that sauce, nice coating and warmed right through to the middle. Of course, taste one and make sure it's hot all the way through. That's the cook's treat, right? Or if you had the frozen meatballs, so you take them straight from the freezer, bag of frozen meatballs, kind of like golf ball sized for all of these, then it's 50 to 20 minutes for those to thaw and get hot all the way through. Obviously, if you have bigger meatballs than like golf ball kind of sized, everything's going to take a little bit longer. But since they're fully cooked already, all you're doing is warming them through in that delicious sauce. Okay, I will put the link to this recipe in the show notes for this podcast episode, or you can head to cookthestory.com/ROTD and get it there. Everything there is arranged by date, so it's helpful to know that today is August 22nd of 2025. And I just want to say that if you love my recipes and you know that you can trust them, as I know you do, then I want to give you an easier way to find them because, you know, right now there's all those AI recipes out there. You don't know who even created those. Was it even a person? Has anybody tasted this at all? So that is a danger when you're searching for recipes. I am telling you the best thing you can do is to bookmark my sites, cookthestory.com and thecookful.com, and then you can search there for whatever recipe you're looking for. You want to make spaghetti, you want to make meatballs, you want to make broccoli, go and look there. Or you can go to google.com, or any search engine and type in my name followed by the recipe that you're looking for. If you type in Christine Pittman and then type in meatballs, you will find all of my meatball recipes right there. I know you will find what you are looking for. I'm Christine Pittman from cookthestory.com, thecookful.com, the all-new chicken cookbook, and this podcast recipe of the day. I hope you have a great day. Let's get cooking.